Hello everyone, my name is Natalie and welcome to or back to my channel. Now today I'll be doing a fairly old tag, and that tag is the Alice in Wonderland book tag. When I say fairly old, I saw this tag going around when I first started watching booktube, and that was about 6-7 years ago, something like that. I've also tried to find the original creator of this tag, but I can't find their channel, so I don't think they're making videos anymore, and the original creator was falling down the book hole. So, first question is, Alice, a quote from your favourite female protagonist. Now, I had to really think about this one because I've got a lot of favourite protagonists and a lot of them are female, but the one I'm going to go with is a quote from Heartless, which is actually an Alice in Wonderland retelling from a Queen of Hearts perspective, so it's sort of her origin story. It's amazing. It's by Marissa Meyer, and honestly, if you haven't read Heartless and you're an Alice in Wonderland fan, go read it. I think it's incredible. And the quote is, "But hoping is how the impossible can be possible after all." And I just love that quote. Next question, The White Rabbit, a book that everyone has read, but you were/are late to the party. And for that one, I'm going to go with Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I think this book is gorgeous. I love the sound of this book. But yeah, this came out years ago and I've not picked it up yet. I have the sequel to this book and I've not read it. But yeah, this one came out in 2017. It follows our main protagonist, Laszlo Strange, and he's a librarian researcher, and he's studying this lost world that people, I think it's so lost that people believe it's mythical at this point. And then he's invited to go on an expedition because he's an expert on this world, to try and find this world, to find this land. And that's literally as much as I know about it. So yeah, I'm still really interested in reading this book. I just haven't picked it up yet. Next question, Down the Rabbit Hole, your favourite first book sentence. For this one, I'm going to have to go with one of my favourite books of all time, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I don't know why I blanked on the author's name then, but I absolutely adore this book so much. And the first sentence that I also love is, "The circus arrives without warning." This book is just incredible. A lot of people don't like it, which I completely understand, because it is one of those books that you can either love it or hate it. I personally love it. It follows a big travelling circus. It's got magic, it's got a contest, it's got romance. It's just amazing. Next up we have Drink Me, your favourite thing to drink while reading. This changes a lot. A lot of the time I enjoy drinking just plain water, or in the summer I like drinking iced coffee while I'm reading, purely because sometimes I get so into reading that I actually forget I've got a drink around. So if I've got something hot like tea or coffee, chances are by the time I've remembered it's there, it's going to be cold. So there's no point me drinking that. So yeah, either water or iced coffee if it's summer. Next up we have The Caterpillar. So we have a character who gives good advice and a character who needs it. And for this, I'm going to go with two stories from The Toy Makers by Robert Dinsdale. This is a fantastic book. It follows our main protagonist as she's 16, she's pregnant, and she's desperately trying to find a home because her parents have kicked her out. They wanted to send her to this Catholic church who are then going to take her child away, and it's not what she wants at all. She finds this amazing magical toy shop and it all goes off from there. And the character who gives the best advice is Papa Jack. He is wonderful. He's the best fatherly figure, and yeah, he's amazing. He gives the best advice. And again, I'm going to stick with this book because the person who really needs that advice and that wisdom is Kathy, our main character from this book. So yeah, Papa Jack gives good advice and Kathy needs the advice. Next up we have the Cheshire Cat. Try and give a 6-word synopsis of a book that confused you. So for this, I'm actually going to go with one that I haven't hauled yet, and I will be doing a more in-depth talk about it in another video. But that book is called Spindle's End by Robert McKinney. I completely blanked on the author's name then. And a 6-word review. No flow in the writing style. That's the best I can give for a 6-word review on that one. Next up we have the March Hare and Mad Hatter, a fictional friendship that you wish you could join. Now, I don't necessarily want to join this friendship, but I absolutely love this friendship, and that is Jaskier and Geralt from the Witcher series. I just love their friendship, I love their banter, I love the fact that they would still do anything for each other and drop anything for each other. This friendship is just amazing, and yeah, top tier. Next up we have the Dormouse, a book that put you to sleep. And I don't really have a book for this one. The only one I can think of that kind of put me to sleep and bored me was when a few years ago I tried to read The Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. That, yeah, the writing was small, it just was long, yeah, so that one. That's the only thing I can think of that kind of put me to sleep. Next we have The Queen of Hearts, a book you would decree as compulsory reading. And for this one I'm going to go with Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This is an amazing story. It is told in a graphic novel style, and it follows our 2 main characters, Charlie and Nick, and they are currently in years 10 and 11 of British high school, and I absolutely love this one. It's essentially it's their romance story, and we are at volume 4 at the moment and I'm loving it, but I would make this first book a decree for reading, mainly because I think it's easy to read and it's great to spread awareness of the LGBTQIA+ community, because not only are Charlie and Nick gay, but the majority of their friend group is queer or transgender, so yeah, I absolutely love this one and would try and get everyone to read it, at least the first book, if not all of them. Next up we have The Mock Turtle, a quote or passage from a book that made you cry. Ooh. Now, I can't read the quote that made me cry in this next book, which is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, because it's a major spoiler for the whole book. But just note, there was a passage towards the end in this book that I heard it. I listened to this one originally on audiobook, I had to pause it and I just sobbed. Like, this book ruined me. It was a beautiful read and I'm so glad I read it, and one day when I'm brave enough I will read it again. But yeah, this one made me absolutely bawl. And this is a World War II set novel following our 2 sisters who are in France, and it follows the occupation of the Nazis in France, including the invasion. Next up we have The Flowers, a pretty book cover. So I'm going to go with my copy of Woven in Moonlight by Isabel Ibanez. I don't know if, can you see that? Yeah. And this is, I can't remember, I got this from a book subscription box. And I think the original cover is like a black background, which is also gorgeous. But yeah, I absolutely love this cover. I think it's stunning. We've also got it wrapping around the back. And another thing I love about this cover in particular is this is the inside dust jacket. So this one is a very pretty book. Next up we have The Walrus and the Carpenter, a character whose original appearance was deceptive. For this one, again, I'm going to go with The Toymakers by Robert Dinsdale, because this, there is a character in this book where he just completely deceives you. You think he's good, you think he's on their side, you think he's helping them. No, he is, oh no. I read this book a few years ago, I am still mad about it. This character what he did was wrong, and I have not, and I don't think I ever will, forgive him for what he did. Next up, calming down from that little moment I had, Unbirthdays, a book you would read every day of the year. And for that, I'm going to go with Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. I absolutely love this book. In fact, I've reread it recently and oh my god, like I could read this always. And I love this edition of it. This edition came out shortly after the TV show came out, and it's got illustrations, and let me just see if I can find, because it's got sketches in here as well, so that's a sketch from a book as well. I could reread this one always. Same goes for the TV show as well. I could watch that TV show over and over and over again. And for the last prompt, we have the White Knight, a character that everyone laughs at but who deserves better. And for this one, I'm also going to go with another book I've already mentioned, and that is Jaskier from The Witcher. Now, not only in the TV series, but also quite often in the books, he is underestimated, he is laughed at, he deserves so much better, both in the TV show and in the book series. I mean, in the book series it's not as bad, but yeah, he deserves so much better. He is an intelligent character, he knows his stuff, he deserves so much better. Okay everyone, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to do this tag video, then I tag you, go ahead and do it. I know there are quite a few people who I watch on here who absolutely love Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, so I'm really hoping to see them especially do this tag. But again, if you want to do this, then I tag you. All I ask is that once your video is up, let me know down in the comments below so I can go and watch your video. Have a lovely day and I'll see you later. Bye!